Hey, what's up, guys? Since I have my camera out, my Zippo, I want to make another Zippo-related video. This is just some general, knowledge about Zippos. It's really one point I want to make is that a lot of guys, who have Zippos and they want to do these different tricks and stuff. Oftentimes they'll find that their Zippo's breaking or their hinge gets extremely loose, with flipping it around. The one thing I want to mention is that the hinge on a Zippo is its weakest point. Okay, it's a tough, rugged lighter, but the hinge itself, okay, is only being held on by a tiny, tiny little pin. If I come in close, I'll show you this. And it's hard to see because it's, obviously inside the hinge barrels, but it's a tiny, tiny little pin. I mean, take your Zippo and really look at it. Okay, that's the only thing that's holding on this lid to the case. Okay, is this tiny little pin. It's fragile. And Zippos are not meant to be flipped around and doing all these tricks and snapping on them and throwing around and dropping. A lot of times when you're playing around with them, you drop them on the ground. It's not meant for that, and it is abuse of the lighter, okay? So you can't expect to flip it around and, like I said, use the weight of the lighter on the lid and shake it around and, flip it around and expect this to last forever, okay? This will get loose on you. I guarantee it. If you do tricks with your Zippos, it will eventually break. Okay, it's just a fact. A lot of people send me messages. They're very disappointed. Oh, I thought Zippos were good lighters, and I was just doing some tricks with it, and it broke on me. What a piece of junk! It's abuse of the lighter. You can't ask that much out of it. This is meant to be opened and lit and closed. Okay, if you do this, you can do this millions of times. I know people who've had their Zippo for 40 or 50 years. Same lighter. After 40 or 50 years of opening and closing it like 10 times a day, because these are smokers, they're constantly opening it to use it. It gets a little loose, but guess what? It doesn't break. Now on the flip side, I know some guys who have lighters. They buy them brand new, and in less than a week from doing tricks, the top snaps off. Their hinge breaks. So, they're meant to last if you use them properly. And to be honest, doing tricks with them, it was not meant to be used for tricks. So it is abuse of the lighter. Now, Zippo has a, no questions asked warranty, like I mentioned in past videos. If it breaks off, no big deal. Send it back to them. They'll fix it for free, or they'll replace it. But you have to expect it. That's all. Just don't let it be a surprise when it breaks, because it is abuse of the lighter. And speaking of tricks, I have to laugh now because one of the people who I subscribe to, he goes by the nickname Tex, but it's Derek Grebner. I want to say 87. I'll put the link in the sidebar to his channel. But every time I post a Zippo trick video, he sends me a message, and it always makes me crack up because, he doesn't see these as tricks. This is stuff that he's been doing for years because he does smoke and he does use a Zippo. He enjoys the style lighter. But like I said, it just makes him laugh because he doesn't really consider them tricks. It's a necessity. It's a way to open the Zippo. And if you have to get creative with it because you have something in your other hand, then so be it. So it always made me laugh. Speaking of Tex, I'll have videos in the future. To be honest, I didn't really want to have this turn into a shout-out video, but I do want to thank him. He's helped me quite a bit with some AK-47 information, and some other gun stuff in the past, and he's a real nice guy. So like I said, I don't really do shout-outs per se, but I did want to kind of talk about him a little bit. One thing I will be doing in the future is I'm going to do his AK. I forgot the name of it, but it's his AK challenge. And when I get a rig together and all that stuff, I'm still working out on my my tactical vest, and I don't really like it all that much. The one I got, it's a little bit, I'm a big guy, and it doesn't fit me all that great. Even when I adjust it, I may go to a micro rig, but you know what? That's totally aside the point. This is supposed to be a Zippo video. Anyway, quick shout out to Tex. He's a good guy. But what I'm trying to tell you in this video is that it's abuse of the lighter. Okay, so if you flip it open and you do the tricks and you flick it around, it's going to get loose on you, and eventually it's just going to break off. If you don't mind sending it in and not having a Zippo for a week or two, no big deal. You can have it sent in. I mean, you could break them every week and keep sending them in, and they're still going to fix them. That's not the issue here. It's just the fact that it is abuse of the lighter, and don't be disappointed if it breaks, because it's not meant to be put through that kind of torture. So that's all. Just a little forewarning on the Zippo hinge. It is a fragile part of the Zippo. Actually, you know why I still have you on camera here? Someone asked me about Zippo, the armor Zippos. Now, an armor Zippo is literally thicker. The case itself and the lid and the case, the steel is thicker, but the hinge is exactly the same. So even though you have this much thicker case that is going to be, I guess, harder to dent in and actually, snap and break and stuff like that, you still have that same delicate hinge. So just be careful with them. Like I said, you flip them around, they snap. Well, actually, doing this move, the snap opening, I've seen people where they do that and the lid literally just flies across the room. I'm sure you can find those videos here on YouTube. One more thing too, as far as Zippo tricks go, I'm not as much into Zippos as I am balisongs. So as I do Zippo trick moves, I still have a bunch that I haven't shown that I do all the time. But for the most part, a lot of them are new to me. I don't practice these all the time. It's something I rarely do. But in the meantime, if you guys are interested in Zippo tricks, please check out www.lightertricks.com. Okay, they have user-uploaded tricks. They don't really give you too many tutorials for the harder tricks, but if you keep watching it over and over again, you might be able to figure out what it is. So in the meantime, just something for you to check out. I believe it used to be called lightertricks.com, but Zippo didn't, or excuse me, it used to be called zippotricks.com. But Zippo didn't want to be directly related with the site, just because, again, doing tricks is abuse to the lighter, and also, for legal reasons, if someone were to burn their house down, they want to say, well, I got it from the Zippo site, So they changed the name to lightertricks.com. But very cool. So I'm gonna end up putting Derek's link on the side there, text who I was talking about before, as well as the link to the Zippo or lightertricks.com website, which you can find a lot more tricks on your off time. So that's it. Kind of a little random rambling video, but I just wanted to tell you that, and hope you enjoyed it. Take care.